This is not breaking news. This is not a scandal. This is not about one person. This is about a quiet failure, one that stretches beyond a single individual, beyond any specific event, to something more systemic. A failure that has been quietly embedded into the structures of power. No one is untouched, and the longer it's ignored, the harder it becomes to stop. We are living through a moment where transparency, accountability, and justice are being manipulated. Not just ignored, manipulated. And if you're watching this, you might already feel the creeping sense of urgency, like something important is slipping through our fingers. But what you're about to hear is only the beginning. Stay with me, and I'll show you why this goes deeper than you think. Make sure you're subscribed, because you need to understand what's happening here before it's too late. You may think this story is about one man or one administration. You're wrong. This story is about the system, the deep, entrenched machinery that runs the show. The truth is, power doesn't reside in one person's hands. It never did. We're seeing a game of smoke and mirrors, where the players on the stage are only distractions. The real action happens behind the curtain. And right now, that curtain is hiding a dangerous truth. There's a force far more powerful than any politician at work here, a network of interests, financial and political, that has learned how to exploit the system, bending it to protect the most powerful at the expense of the rest of us. This is no longer about individuals. This is about a structure that sustains itself, feeding off its own failures and weaknesses. And when the system is this deeply compromised, the questions are no longer about times who's guilty asterisk. They're about times who's been protected times and times who's left to pick up the pieces, times when the walls finally start to fall. If you're starting to see how deep this runs, you're not alone. Stay with me, because this story is far from over. What if I told you that the most dangerous change is the one that happens slowly, almost imperceptibly? That's how the real shifts happen over time, without us even realizing it. Remember when transparency, accountability, and justice were expected in this country? It wasn't that long ago. There was a time when these values were not just idealistic dreams, but the foundation upon which this system was built. But something has changed. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't come with flashing headlines. It crept in. This gradual shift from openness to secrecy, from accountability to cover-up, is what we need to focus on. The shift has been so slow, so deliberate, that it's now a normal part of the system. It's expected. The systems we depend on have slowly transformed into tools for protecting the powerful, and now we hardly notice when they're abused. The real danger isn't the event you saw today. It's the normalization of this broken system, the fact that we've all become so used to it, we don't know how to break free. If you're seeing it now, you're ahead of the curve. Don't look away. This is just the beginning. It's easy to dismiss moments like these simple, isolated events, right? But what if I told you these isolated moments are just the tip of the iceberg? Take a look at what's happening in real time. Just recently, a federal judge ordered the Department of Justice to respond to a pressing demand, release the Epstein files. This is no longer a suggestion, it's a court order. A clear indication that something is wrong, that someone is hiding something critical. But instead of compliance, what do we see? Pushback, redactions, obfuscation. And the question we should be asking is, asterisk, why? Asterisk, this isn't just a legal matter anymore. This is a glaring symptom of something much deeper, a system that's been designed to hide the truth, no matter the cost. And it's not just one person's failure. This is the system working exactly as it was intended to, protecting the guilty and burying the rest of us in the fallout. If you're still here, it's because you sense the urgency. We're just getting started. Stay with me. What's really going on behind the scenes? It's not about a few bad apples. It's about a well-oiled machine, a system that's been carefully engineered to protect the powerful at all costs. Here's how it works. A network of political and financial interests, deeply entrenched in the fabric of our system, knows how to pull the right strings. They control the flow of information. They decide what stays in the dark and what gets pushed to the surface. They understand the value of secrecy and how to manipulate the levers of power to keep it that way. Who benefits from this? Those who are already at the top, the elites, the ones who have the resources to make sure their tracks are covered. And who absorbs the damage, the rest of us. Ordinary people who are left in the dark, kept in a state of ignorance, while those in power go about their business unchecked and unchallenged. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is how the system works. It's not broken. It's functioning exactly as it was designed to, preserving the status quo, protecting those who have the most to lose, and keeping everyone else in the shadows. If this is starting to make sense, then you're beginning to see the bigger picture. Don't blink. This is only the start. Here's the thing. We're past the point of subtlety. The stakes have just gone up. A judge has demanded the release of the Epstein files, and what happens next? More cover-up, more obstruction. The system's response? Not transparency, not accountability. Just a massive effort to delay, redact, and manipulate the truth. And it's not just about these files anymore. This is a message. It's saying the system doesn't care. It doesn't care about justice. It doesn't care about you. This is a test to see if the public will stand up, a test to see if anyone in power will actually do something about it, or if they'll just keep playing along. But here's the kicker. The longer this goes on, the harder it will be to stop. The system is accelerating. The more they cover up, the more dangerous this gets. This isn't just politics. This is about something much bigger. Stick with me. You might be watching this thinking, what does this really mean for me? But let me make it personal. This isn't just a distant political story. It's happening right now. The lives of real people are being destroyed by this cover-up. Survivors of abuse who have been silenced for too long are still waiting for justice. Their voices quieted. Their pain ignored. And the system that's supposed to protect them, it's failing them. And it's failing you, too. When a powerful few are allowed to cover up the truth, it's not just their problem. It's all of ours. Because the longer this goes on, the more broken the system becomes. The more we let it slide, the harder it will be to fix anything. You know this because it's happening right now, and it's not just about one file. It's about the lives of real people who are being crushed under the weight of this system. This isn't just politics. This is personal. If you're seeing this now, you're already part of the fight. Don't turn away. This is bigger than the walls of Washington, D.C. It's no longer just a matter of American politics. What's happening here has repercussions that stretch far beyond our borders. The power structures we're talking about, they reach across the globe. They influence governments, economies, and the global balance of power. When a system this broken continues unchecked, it sends a message to the world: justice is optional, accountability is negotiable. And that message, it's not staying here. It's already spreading, affecting relationships between countries, fueling distrust in institutions worldwide. What happens in the shadows here? It reverberates everywhere, undermining the faith people have in their leaders, in their systems, in the very idea that there's such a thing as justice. And what happens when the global trust in justice crumbles? We all pay the price. You think this doesn't affect you? Think again. What happens here changes everything. Stick with me. Where do we go from here? The answer isn't simple. In fact, it's chillingly uncertain. Let's look at three possible paths. First, there's asterisk, asterisk adjustment, asterisk, asterisk, the idea that the system will recognize its failures, make the necessary changes, and restore some semblance of accountability. But is that even possible anymore? After everything we've seen, can the system truly fix itself, or have we crossed a line where reform is no longer an option? Then there's asterisk, asterisk erosion, asterisk, asterisk, a slow, grinding decay where this failure becomes normalized, accepted as part of how things work. The system becomes so entrenched, so deeply embedded that it can no longer be reformed from within. At that point, the cost of change is too high to even consider. And the worst part? We might not even realize we're living in this erosion until it's too late. Finally, there's asterisk, asterisk, rupture, asterisk, asterisk, a breaking point where the system collapses entirely. The walls that have been holding the corruption in place finally come crashing down. And when they do, the fallout will be massive, ripping apart everything we thought we knew about justice, fairness, and accountability. Which one of these will happen? We don't know yet. But we're heading toward one of them, and the speed of that acceleration is terrifying. We're at a crossroads. Stay with me to understand which path we might take and what you can do about it. This isn't the end of the story. Not by a long shot. The truth is, we're still in the middle of it all, watching as the system that was supposed to protect us crumbles under its own weight. What happens next? The truth is, we don't know. And that's what makes this so dangerous. What we do know is this. If we keep turning a blind eye, if we allow this to keep unfolding without holding the powerful accountable, then the system will continue to protect itself, leaving all of us behind. So ask yourself, what's it going to take to make this stop? How many more files will be buried? How many more lives will be ruined? How long will this go on? The future is uncertain. But one thing is clear, we can't afford to wait any longer. Keep questioning, keep pushing. Don't let this story fade into the background. Subscribe, stay informed, and share this with someone who needs to see it. The truth is waiting to be uncovered. And we need you in the fight